doing, David?
But like, I've never asked you that. Like, what is your thoughts on God? I did it. I went there. Like,
well, considering having a podcast, it's very different than someone just bringing it out of nowhere. I am not an atheist. I've never been an atheist. I've never been someone who says, I know there is no God.
Right.
What I have been someone who has said that a lot of the stories that are in a lot of the religions clearly have the hand of man on them. There's clearly some description that implies things that are okay to do because of the cultural values of people that lived 3,000, 4,000 years ago, whenever they wrote this stuff. Clearly. It condones slavery, treats women as second-class citizens. There's a lot in these words that clearly have the hand of man. But there's also some inherent deep wisdom and a moral scaffolding that would make the world a better place. And almost all of them, there's something there that gives people structure and discipline and connects them in a community of like-minded people who believe the same thing. I think there's a great value to that that's underappreciated by people who call themselves atheists. I think there's also a great value in, if you truly believe you're living your life and you're going to be a good person, you're going to go to heaven, you will have that energy through your life. You will be carrying the belief, and it will actually aid you in your life. And that if you think that it's pointless, it's all just existential angst and it's all chaos, like, you live better if you believe that this is all for a better purpose and this is all a part of a God's plan. That might be true. It might not be true. But you live better if you think that way. You can do that and still look at facts and reality, and you don't have to be ideologically captured by some writing that was written down thousands of years ago.
right.
But you are better off if you believe that this is all for a greater good.
Love.
Love. Yeah, and that's
Love.
probably what God really is.
God is love.
And love, what love is at its most pure is a force of creation, a force of like adhesion and bonding of human beings. And we know the opposite. The opposite is what's happening right now in Ukraine. That's the opposite. The opposite is...
That's hate.
Yeah, that's murder and fucking whole-scale murder. It's wild chaos. I mean, war is hell. It's the worst thing that people do. And that exists at the same time on Earth with some of the best people enjoying some of the best times together. While you are with your family and you are with your friends and people come over your house and you have dinner and you're laughing and having a good time, on some part of the world, someone's drinking out of a puddle. You know?
Yeah.
In some part of the world, someone's in an apartment building that just got hit by a missile.
Yeah.
You know, it's all happening simultaneously, but we only have the ability to understand what's happening to us. And we kind of think these things, we know these things are out there because we watch TV and we watch the news, but we don't believe it. It's like, it's not even like, there's people that are calling for like war in Ukraine. Like, you don't even know what you're saying. Like, you don't even know what that feeling is. If you knew, that would be the last thing you would ever want to happen.
I fucking love you, man. Like, I love you.
I love you too.
And you too, Jamie, you fucker. Like, I'm not going to leave you out of this. And wow, like, part of the thing, I love what you just said right now. And part of, like, the way I pray is creativity. Like, when I make something, that's how I interpret prayer. And what you talked about is, like, this belief. It's faith.